I'm going to be reading Life is an Act of Literary Creation by Luis Alberto Urrea for about 5 to 7 minutes. Okay, here we go. Timer starts now. I believe God is a poet. Every religion in our history was made of poems and songs, and not a few of them had books attached. Okay, so this guy is a religious man, or at least was. We don't know yet. So God is a poet, every religion. Okay, so stories are extremely important. They pass on, maybe, poems and songs. Okay, so stories are really important, even though they might not have books, because lots of poems and songs have stories to them. I came to believe the green fuse that drives spring and summer through the world is essentially a literary energy. Okay, so stories are a huge part of religion, and they mean a lot to what this religion is. That the world was more than a place. Life was more than an event. It was all one thing, and that thing was story. Okay, so story is not just a part of religion, it's a part of the world, it's a part of life. We all are in our own story. That's what it is. We all are characters in our own stories. We all have our own environments. We all have our own rising actions, climaxes, and falling actions. I was in a small house in I'm not going to pronounce that, with old healer women. We were all eating green jello. One of them told me this: when you write, you light a bonfire in the spirit world. It is dark there. Lost souls wander alone. Okay, so I cannot think right now. This is probably not the best time to try to write this. All eating green jello. Okay, so they're all together. They're all in a small place. They're all connected. So when you write, bonfire spirit world. Okay, so stories are more than just stories. Stories are life. So whenever you write a story, it affects something. It is dark there, lost souls wander alone, your inner flame flares up, and lost souls gather near your light and heat. Okay, so when you are telling a story, or maybe just you yourself, being just a part of the story of life, you help others, like, warm, it comforts people, like, you need other people with you. They see the next artist at work and go there. They follow the fires until they find their ways home. Okay, so basically it's like milestones. Like, there's different points in your life, there's different people you'll meet that'll help get you to where you want to be in life. Aside from thinking my old Baptist preacher would not be amused by this kind of pagan talk, pagan, I don't know. I recognize the beauty and awe, the deep respect in a woman who didn't read for the act of literary creation. Okay, so again, it could be seen as baloney to some people, it might not, but overall, I have stuck sneeze, sorry. Okay, sorry. Recognize the beauty and awe, deep respect in a woman who didn't read for the act of literary creation. So basically, she doesn't read just to read. It's not like some random story you read and drop, and then pick up another one and then drop. Stories are more important than just a simple read. Stories are life. Stories are connecting people. Stories make the world stronger and brighter, and they help people. Now, if it's all a story, I believe we are the narrators. That is a really important thing. There's lots of people that say, like, we're like, like, the world's your oyster, you're the pearl, or it's like you write your own story. Thing is, no matter what the story is, you are still the center of your own story. And it's up to you of what you want to do. You have the choice to tell your story. You have the choice to, I cannot talk. Well, the narrator isn't the same as the author. So the narrator basically tells the story, and we are the narrators. We tell our own stories. Many writing instructors will tell you that to be a great writer, you must be attentive. Shamans will tell you the same thing. If you want to be a good person, a whole person, wake up, pay attention, be here now. Zen monks will go as far as to hit you with a stick. Look. So basically, wake up and smell the roses. There's a whole world around you. There's so much to you that you can be. And Basically, if you just do nothing, there is no story. If you pay attention to the people in the world around you, then there will be a story. Something will actually happen. I used to approach writing like a football game. If I went out there and aggressively saw more, I know more, I'd capture more, and I'd write better. Hut hut hut. First down and haiku. And that's kind of funny. I like that. But that is a very good way to think about it, because in a football game, it's basically nonstop. You have to pay attention to everything that's going on. You have to pay attention to the other people, what's going on around you. You have to be very attentive, like they said in the previous sentence. You must be attentive. I just covered my finger with that. I didn't highlight it. So that is a very interesting way to think about it. Just go out there, be attentive, do your best, try to do something. But I found out something entirely different. I learned that if I went into the world and paid attention, in Spanish, you lend attention. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. I don't want to accidentally say something incorrect. The world would notice and respond. I would have demonstrated my worthiness to receive the world's gifts. Okay, so it's kind of like if you don't pay attention, you kind of miss out on the world. If you don't pay attention to anything, you're not rewarded because you're not actually participating in a story. Well, you could be participating in the story of laziness, but being a part of a story means being a part of life, and missing out on life is just a huge waste. I would have demonstrated, okay, I already read that. It's a kind of a library where you lend attention and receive a story, or God will toss off a limerick for pleasure. So, again, kind of the same thing. When you lend your attention, that's where the stories really read. If you pay attention to what's going on in life, if you actually participate in life, then you actually get to participate in everything. Okay, so that's been about 7 minutes, so I'm going to finish reading this by myself, but here is my recording of my thought process. Hopefully it's understandable and it's all good. So yeah, hope you guys are having a great day, and yeah, this is my process.